Steph Curry most epic moments ever. Hello lovely YouTube family. Today we're going to talk about Steph Curry's most epic moments ever. You really don't want to miss this. Stephen Curry is already tied for 10th in all-time rankings. This season, Steph Curry's brilliance has lit up the NBA, forcing the star guard back into the national spotlight after being limited to only 5 games in the previous campaign. Curry has offered a slew of memorable moments this season, and narrowing it down to just 10 was difficult. When Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors rose to prominence in the NBA, they revolutionized how the game is now played. The NBA is currently in the three-point era, with every team attempting to acquire a competitive advantage from distance. Stephen Curry is the only player in history to shoot the ball at such a high level. Curry has dominated the NBA in his own unique way, winning 3 NBA championships as a result of his efforts. Despite his accomplishments and influence on the game of basketball, there is some debate among fans about where Stephen Curry ranks among the all-time greats. Some, like Skip Bayless, don't even include Curry in their top 20 all-time chefs. Others consider him to be the greatest point guard in history. The truth is most likely somewhere in the middle. In this essay, we will argue that Stephen Curry is already a top 10 all-time player, albeit tied for 10th place with several other legends of the game. Stephen Curry has a solid number of accolades. Stephen Curry has won the MVP award twice and is the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. He's also a 3-time NBA champion and 6-time All-Star. His best years have been nothing short of dominant, as seen by his awards. Curry's lack of Finals MVP awards is the one thing that might be used against him. While one might argue that Curry deserved to be named Finals MVP in 2014-15, the fact is that it is one of the individual awards he presently lacks. While Stephen Curry has a long list of achievements, there are players who have Hall of Fame resumes that are far more impressive. Players who have won multiple championships and have impressive individual resumes are ahead of Stephen Curry on the all-time list. With 4 MVP awards and 4 Finals MVP awards each, Michael Jordan and LeBron James are in a class of their own. Then there are players like Kobe Bryant and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, both of whom have won 5 or more championships and have more overall honors than Curry. Following the top 4 players, we have Shaquille O'Neal, who is one of the few players to three-peat, with 3 Finals MVP to demonstrate his supremacy in the finals. Based on individual accolades and titles, Magic Johnson is ahead of Stephen Curry. Tim Duncan has 5 titles under his belt and has 1 more defensive honors than Curry. With 13 titles, Bill Russell is quite arguably the most successful player of all time, albeit in the early days of the NBA, hence his lower ranking. Larry Bird doesn't have as many championships as Curry, but he does have more Finals MVP and regular season MVP. Based only on achievements, the top 9 players all have a case to rank ahead of Stephen Curry. It's also worth noting that many of these players have won championships without being part of a very talented super team, whereas Curry's 2 championships came as part of the dominant Warriors super teams with Kevin Durant. While Stephen Curry may not be a top 9 player, he has a strong case for being ranked 10th. He does, however, face considerable competition for the 10th spot. Steph Curry versus Wilt Chamberlain versus Hakeem Olajuwon. Stephen Curry is one of the players who could make a case for the 10th spot. Wilt Chamberlain and Hakeem Olajuwon are the other 2 names that should be considered. Both were powerful centers who have a strong argument for being named to the top 10 all-time list. In 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon led the 6th seed to the NBA Finals, defeating a youthful Shaquille O'Neal. Many NBA fans hold his championship in high respect because he was his team's only superstar. In addition, Olajuwon won the championship in 1994 while overpowering Patrick Ewing, another notable big man. In 1993 to 1994, Hakeem Olajuwon won 2 DPOY awards and 1 MVP award. Olajuwon is widely regarded as one of the greatest big men in history. Wilt Chamberlain is a well-known name in the NBA, as he holds many of the league's records. Wilt Chamberlain's most famous record was scoring 100 points in a single game, and few players in the NBA have come close to matching it. Wilt Chamberlain racked up amazing stats, earning him a slew of trophies. Chamberlain won 4 MVP awards, 7 scoring titles, and 11 rebounding titles during his career, demonstrating his dominance. The charge against Chamberlain is that he only won 1 championship at his heyday in Philadelphia, and he didn't win another until joining the Los Angeles Lakers with Jerry West. Now we'll talk about Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry has a few points to support his claim to the 10th place. His impact on the modern game is one of them. His elite shooting ability altered the game, and as a result of his influence, teams now try much more three-point shots. The 3 NBA championships, as well as the unanimous MVP award for the 2015-16 season, are all on the line. Curry is known for being the greatest shooter of all time, but after seeing him this season, we should be talking about him as one of the greatest scorers of all time. No, he hasn't won a Finals MVP award, but everyone who has watched the Golden State Warriors play in recent memory will attest to Curry's importance as the team's most significant player during their finals runs. While Stephen Curry isn't above or below the 2 centers discussed above, there's no definite way to claim he is. Although there are other candidates for Stephen Curry's place in the pantheon of greats, he deserves to be in the top 10. Without further ado, here are the 10 top plays from Steph's incredible 2020-21 season. Number 10. Limitless range. Curry, the inventor of the logo shot, cleared the path for players like Damian Lillard and Trae Young to pull up from beyond the three-point line. Steph isn't hesitant to let it fly from anywhere in the frontcourt, as evidenced by the first 2 shots from our countdown. Number 9. In the blender, Steph's ball handling has the capacity to knock players off their feet, whether it was Chris Paul or Rudy Gobert. Steph Curry's most recent victims were Matthew Dellavedova and Eric Bledsoe. Number 8. Brotherly love. Steph got the better of his younger brother in Philadelphia during a scorching month of April, scoring 49 points and helping the Warriors to a vital road win against the Eastern Conference's top team. Steph outscored his younger sibling 29-0 in the second 2 quarters after the two were evenly matched through the first half. Number 7. You can't guard me. When the 2 teams met in mid-April, Denver Nuggets player Facundo Campazzo was all over Steph, prompting Steph to exclaim at the 30-year-old, "You can't guard me." Steph hit a step-back three-pointer and thumped his chest fiercely after tumbling to the ground when they met again at Chase Center on April 23. Number 6. Over the backboard. Steph Curry, one of the NBA's most inventive offensive players, managed to flip this layup attempt over the backboard against the Portland Trail Blazers. This isn't going to be the last time the Blazers face Damian Lillard. Number 5. Southpaw. Steph chose to flick the ball up with his left hand despite being surrounded by 6'8" opponent Jason Tatum. Curry made 11 three-pointers en route to a 47-point performance against Boston. Number 4. No-look layup. During a February game in San Antonio, Steph wanted to pass it to one of his teammates, but with no other options, he decided to throw it up with his back to the basket. Sometimes you don't even need to see the backboard to score when you're playing, as well as Steph has this season. Number 3. Why so serious? Running up against the Western Conference's top seed, Steph staved off a late rally with this three-pointer against the Utah Jazz in the final week of the season. After defeating the team with the greatest record in the NBA, he couldn't help but smile. Number 2. Passing Wilt. On April 23, Steph surpassed Wilt Chamberlain as the Warriors' all-time top scorer, becoming the franchise's all-time leading scorer. Curry paid a fitting tribute to Chamberlain by blowing a kiss to the sky. Number 1. He's back. Curry swiftly hushed the skeptics with an insane 62-point performance against Lillard and the Trail Blazers in the first 3 games of the season, as questions about his legacy became louder. That marked the start of one of Steph's best individual seasons of his illustrious NBA career. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them.